destination for sports, one of the best sports channel in the world at the moment, one of the best YouTube sports station in the world at the moment. What an exciting transfer window in the coming 2025-2026 season for most of the English Premier League clubs. Newcastle United wants to sign Benjamin Sesko. Liverpool wants to sign Alexander Isak, one of the Premier League proven strikers at the moment, Alexander Isak, who dominated most of the league cups in the English Premier League for Newcastle United. Newcastle United dominance in the 2024-2025 season was as a result of the attacking prowess of Alexander Isak, scoring goals upon goals and doing the magic for Newcastle United in the 2024-2025 season. Manchester United as well wanted to sign Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. Aston Villa also wants to sign Garnacho in the coming 2025-2026 season. How exciting is the transfer window going to be? Sesko to Newcastle United, Alexander Isak to Liverpool, and Ollie Watkins to Manchester United. Which of these transfers is going to happen? Dylan Hushe, hi, good evening. How are you doing? What an exciting moment. Dylan is the first person to join my live stream. What an exciting friend do I have. He's one of the best I have ever had when it comes to joining my live stream. He is always there for me. He always makes my live stream very interesting and exciting to watch. Dillian, thank you so much for standing by a brother, for standing by a friend, and being the best I have ever had ever since I started coming live on YouTube. This is true. I always be your friend forever and for life, 100%. 100%. So much love, Dillian. So much love. I really appreciate it a lot. I really appreciate it a lot. Dillian, which of the transfers do you think is going to happen? Liverpool wants to sign Alexander Isak, and they want to sell Darwin Núñez. Which of these transfers do you think is going to happen? Can Alexander Isak join Liverpool and play in the UEFA Champions League? Which of the transfers do you think is going to happen? And do you think Benjamin Sesko should join Manchester United instead of Newcastle? Because it's becoming difficult for Aston Villa to sell Ollie Watkins. Manchester United, regardless of keeping Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee, they still want to sign a striker. Lubna, hi. Lubna Amri, hi. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Dillian said Alexander is success. That is not gonna come easy. It's not Alexander Isak's success. That is not gonna come. The team is not already. Dillian, Liverpool is planning to negotiate with Newcastle United. Alexander Isak has told Newcastle United he doesn't want to join the team. He is not part of their preseason tour. News outlets reported that he is injured. We can't really tell whether he is injured or not. He doesn't want to join the club and play in the preseason tour. He wants to join a different club and taste success and win trophies and play in the UEFA Champions League. Liverpool is the only option he has. There have been so many clubs that want to bid for Alexander Isak. Manchester United is also in the frame to sign Alexander Isak. Manchester United want to hijack the deal and then sign Alexander Isak in the coming 2025-2026 season. Liverpool also wants to sign Alexander Isak. which of these players can join Liverpool? Which of these players can join Newcastle United? Should Manchester United sign Benjamin Sesko and forget about Ollie Watkins? Or should Manchester United sign Alexander Isak? Which of these players? Liverpool have already signed Hugo Ekitike. They want to sell Darwin Núñez and sign Alexander Isak in the coming season. Is this deal going to happen? Dillian is saying no, that is not going to happen. Let us see on the contract. Dillian, we can never determine what is going to happen. At the end of the day, bids are going round. Clubs are trying to negotiate for Alexander Isak. He wants to earn £300,000 per week. That is what we heard that he has told Newcastle United he wants to take. If they want to offer him a new contract, he wants to take £300,000 per week. We can't determine whether this contract issues is really on paper or it has been on negotiation between Isak and Newcastle United. Newcastle United also wants to sign a striker. Initially, they wanted to sign Brian Mbeumo. Brian Mbeumo opted to join Manchester United when the Liverpool made their first bid to Newcastle. By then, Hugo Ekitike hasn't been signed. But currently, Newcastle United wants to push and sign Alexander Isak. Manchester United is also in the frame to hijack the deal. Which of these deals do you think will happen? Dillian, which of these deals do you think? Dillian is saying the deal will never happen. But Alexander Isak has also made it clear he doesn't want to play for Newcastle United this season. So what is going to happen in the transfer market? Newcastle United also wants to sign a striker. Which striker should Newcastle sign? Is it Benjamin Sesko? Or which player? Do you think, Dillian, do you think Newcastle United should do a swap deal with Liverpool, take Darwin Núñez, and then sell Alexander Isak to Liverpool? Which of these deals do you think should happen? Lubna Amri, hi, good afternoon. Lubna, how are you doing? Dillian, do you think Newcastle should do a swap deal with Liverpool, take Darwin Núñez, and then sell Alexander Isak? How do you want this deal to happen? Because Dillian, why don't you lie? Why don't you lie? But I don't know. Don't tell lies because he is coming. Let's not go in. No, Dillian, I am not telling lies. Okay. Currently, per the news that is going on, Alexander Isak wants to play Liverpool. Liverpool wants to sell Darwin Núñez and buy Alexander Isak. These are the news outlets that is flying around. You get it? Isak is not part of Newcastle training tour. He's still in England. 26 Newcastle edits. How are you? Good afternoon. How are you doing? Dillian, Alexander Isak is currently in UK. He didn't travel with Newcastle. But if the deal will happen, let's see before the season kickstarts. Because Newcastle United is also trying to sign Sesko. Manchester United wants to sign Isak. Newcastle wants to sell Núñez and get a player and sign another striker in the coming 2025-2026 season. Newcastle edit, Shola Amiobi, great player by all standard. Great. Dillian, you get what I'm saying? I am not saying this deal will go through. You get it? Dillian, Manchester United wants to sign a striker. Newcastle United wants to add another striker to Isak. They've rejected so many bids. They don't want to sell Isak. Isak wants an improved bid. You get it? This is what the news outlets that everyone is hearing about. He wants to play in the UEFA Champions League. He wants to test and play in a different club. Isak is not leaving, in my opinion. That is great. You get it? Because Newcastle United wants to add another striker to it. So they will play two top. in the coming 2025-2026 season. You get it? So if Isak leaves, the money that they will get from Isak's sale, they will use it to purchase another striker who is as good as Isak. This is what Newcastle wants to do. If Isak doesn't leave, Newcastle will still maintain him, but they will still add another striker to it. You get it? Initially, they want to sign Hugo Ekitike. They took about £70 million to RB Leipzig. They couldn't honor it. You get it? Initially, they wanted to sign Hugo Ekitike. The deal couldn't happen. The amount of money they presented, Frankfurt wants more. So the deal couldn't happen. Now, they wanted Hugo Ekitike to play alongside Isak. That deal couldn't happen. And they wanted Mbeumo to play alongside Isak. It couldn't happen. And Isak also wants to leave. That is per the news outlets. I am not saying it's true or not. Alan Shearer is my uncle. That's great. That's great. One of the finest strikers in the English Premier League. One of the finest you can always think of. When you talk about great players in the English Premier League that have come and gone, Alan Shearer is one of those people. You can mention Eric Cantona. Those are the great memories you can never forget when it comes to the English Premier League.
Yeah.
You get it? Messi is my cousin. That's great. That's great. That's great. YouTube T, how are you? Great. It's so nice to have everyone on board. One of the most exciting moments in the transfer window. One of the exciting moments whenever I come on live stream, I always have one of the best you can always think of. Ronaldo is my brother. That is great. 26 Newcastle edit. That means you have great family members whom have football greats. That's so nice. 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 YouTube T. I'm talking about players moving from clubs to different clubs in the English Premier League. Alexander Isak to join Liverpool or to join Manchester United. Benjamin Sesko to join Newcastle United. These are the news outlets that is flying around. And Ollie Watkins to join Manchester United. Regardless of whatever happens, Manchester United wants to sign a striker. Add another striker to it, to Joshua Zexi and Rasmus Højlund. These are the players Manchester United wants to add up and make sure they have a flamboyant season. I met Tioti yesterday. That's great. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. If you meet him once again, say hi to him. Tell him Ahmed Al Hassan, SATV sports journalist, said hi. You get it. The transfer market is taking shape minutes by minutes, day by day. And every player wants to join great Premier League club in order for them to make great strides in the English Premier League coming 2025-2026 season. Which player do you think should move to the biggest club, and which player do you think should stay in the English Premier League and still continue playing for their clubs? Should Alexander Isak join Manchester United, or should Alexander Isak stay with Newcastle United? Which one do you prefer? And do you think Liverpool can add another striker to Hugo Ekitike? Or do you think Liverpool is just going to move along and find another striker in the coming 2025-2026 season? How is the season going to be? How excited are you? Which club do you support? And which club do you think is going to lift the English Premier League? Do you think Manchester United should sign Ollie Watkins? Or do you think Manchester United should move ahead and sign Benjamin Sesko or Alexander Isak? Which player do you think should move to Newcastle United? Which player do you think should move to Manchester United? And which player do you think should move to Liverpool once again? Liverpool have signed great players in the coming 2025-2026 season. They have exciting players. and the season will kick start next month, and it will be exciting to watch. Mohamed Salah dominating the tempo of the game for Hugo Ekitike to score and bang in the goals for Liverpool against any club that they will meet. Brian Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha also going to dominate the English Premier League against any club that they will also meet. How exciting are you that these players have moved to the biggest clubs and trying to make things happen? Most of the English Premier League clubs are on their training tour. UTT image if Isak goes to Real Madrid. Wow, that's great. That's great. UTT is saying if he wants to, he is imagining if Isak goes to Real Madrid. UTT wants Isak to play for Real Madrid in the coming 2025-2026 season. It will be exciting. First time I was in the office tomorrow, so I can do it now, and I will be on at 3, so I can get a bit of it. Okay, that's great. First time I was in the office, so I can do it now, and I will be on at 3, so I can get a bit of it. Okay, that's nice. The season will kickstart. Which of the teams do you think will sign great players? Currently, on paper, Arsenal is the most dominant force in the English Premier League. Currently, when you talk about the dominant forces in the English Premier League, Arsenal is one of those dominant forces. Come back to me and I will be in the house for a bit of details, and I will be in the office. Laugh out loud. I think it was a good idea. Nice. I'll be back once again this evening, and we will talk about Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, who is the greatest and who is the best. So if you can catch up with me this afternoon, we will make it in the evening around 10 p.m. I don't know your time though, but regardless, around like 7, I'll come live again in the evening, and we will talk about between Ronaldo and Leo Messi, who is the best, who is the greatest. Will Ronaldo join Crusaders? I can't really tell, but Ronaldo is playing for Al Nassr. I don't know where and when he will move from Al Nassr to join any other Crusader. We will be talking about between Ronaldo and Leo Messi, who is the best and who is the greatest. We will vote this evening to determine who will be the rightful winner. And the number of votes that will come will determine the number of the person that is going to win between who is the best and who is the greatest. Currently, as at the moment, we are talking about Alexander Isak moving to Liverpool or Manchester United, Ollie Watkins moving to Manchester United, and Benjamin Sesko moving to Newcastle United. Messi is the best because he gave me a fever. You know, when you watch Messi, he is the prime time of a great footballer. You get it, 26 Newcastle edit. When you watch Messi, he is the prime of a great footballer. Even if he fades out of the system, he will forever be the greatest and he will forever be the best. But we need to end the bragging rights between Messi and Ronaldo. This evening, we will have it, and we will still vote and determine who is the best, who is the biggest, and who is the greatest player of all time. I am back. Still, good afternoon. How are you doing? JTG Edit Studio. How are you doing? Ronaldo versus Messi. That argument will never end today. Thank you. You know, JTG Edit Studio, I really appreciate it. Ronaldo and Messi, that argument will never end. You know why it will never end? because these two are great players. These two are great players, and everyone has the one that he loves. And a lot of people will go for Messi, a lot of people will go for Ronaldo. Currently, the reason why it will never end, both players are doing marvelous in their various clubs. Inter Miami and then Al Nassr. Messi is doing marvelous with Inter Miami. Ronaldo is also doing marvelous with Al Nassr. So this argument will never end. You are a very brave man in a bit of notice. Thank you. Thank you, 26 Newcastle edits. Best glow you in the morning. Thank you. I'm always there for you. You are a very brave man in a bit of notice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, 26 Newcastle edits. Thank you very much. In a nutshell, who would you rather fight? Who will you rather fight? Me or Messi? 26 Newcastle edits. I can't fight any of you. You are my great friend. Messi is also an idol. Ronaldo is also my idol. So I can't fight any of you. Who do you think will win the UEFA Champions League in the coming season? It will be tough. But I'll go for three clubs. I'll go for Real Madrid, I'll go for Barcelona, and I'll go for Liverpool in the coming 2025-2026 season. I'll go for only three clubs. Though Chelsea will be there, Bayern will be there, Paris Saint-Germain will also be there. But I'll only go for three clubs. I'll go for Real Madrid, I'll go for Barcelona, and I'll go for Liverpool in the coming 2025-2026 season. Soma, good afternoon. Soma, thank you. When you join the live stream, please subscribe to SATV Sports. Let's grow the channel together. Let's make it big. Let's make the channel so big for everyone to always have a feel of it. Let's make it grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Soma, how are you? Soma, how are you doing? I remember you, Soma. I remember you. I can't forget about anyone that joins my live stream. I will never do that. Where are you from? I am from Ghana. I am a Ghanaian. I'm from Ghana. Soma, are you famous? I'm not that famous, but I'm one of the best sports journalists in Ghana. I'm not that famous, but I'm one of the best you can ever think of as a Ghanaian sports journalist. I'm one of the best. When you count 20, I'll be among the top 10. When you count 50, I'll be among the top 10. I'm also great on my own. There are great sports journalists in Ghana, but I'm also great on my own. And that makes me who I am. Every sports journalist has a media firm they work with, but I have SATV Sports as my brand. I'm trying to grow. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, YouTube T. Thank you very much, YouTube T. Thank you. You are one of the great friends I have whenever I come on live stream. You, Soma, and a great people. You are one of the greatest I will always talk about. YouTube T, you always make my day. You always motivate me. You always encourage me to do more and to be up there as one of the best sports journalists in the world. And I won't let you down. I won't fail you. I will always make sure I do my best to make sure everyone is always happy with SATV Sports. A lot of media firms don't do and engage what we do, but SATV Sports always want to be there for everyone, regardless of football. We always talk about everything. If you want motivation, SATV Sports will do that for you. If you want a shout out, SATV Sports will do that for you. Are you a footballer? Yes, I played football when I was very young. When I was in high school, I played football, but I couldn't continue football again because I didn't get anyone to help. So I decided to channel my energy, my knowledge, and everything to become a sports journalist. I dreamt of being a sports journalist way back when I was young, and I want to make that dream big and exciting. I want to be the biggest, and I want to be the greatest, and I want to be part of those when they call upon. I'll be part of those that they will always call upon. That is my dream, and that has been my dream. So, my Black Event, I am back. Thank you. MN Gamer, hello, hi. I will sub to you. Thank you, Blake Event. Just do the subscription for me, and I will always be happy. Thank you, MN Gamer. I am always there for you. I think there should be more scouts in Africa because they have a lot of talent. You are right. And now a lot of scouts in Europe are coming to Africa to organize training matches, to organize games, and then they pick players, and then they move them to Europe, and then groom them and sell them to clubs. That is what I know. And there are a lot of academies also in Africa. They organize matches and they play friendly games to get more players on board, and then they sell. Most of the European agents have affiliated clubs in Africa that they operate with. So if they need a kind of a player, they always come to Africa, buy those players, take them to Europe and groom them. Most of them have been playing in the division, most of them have been playing in the second tier teams. So the moment they come up and they blossom, then they sell them to other clubs. And that is what most of the top European clubs are doing. Hala Madrid, 100%, Madridista all the way. Sorry, I accidentally went off the stream. Oh, so I am always there for you. Okay, I am always there for you like 5 and 6. I'm always there for you. Whenever you are off, I normally don't go offline like that. When I come online, I try as much as possible to engage everyone and make everyone happy and make everyone smile. And then we get going. I have to go now. Nice talking to you guys. YouTube T, thank you. YouTube T, I'll be back live again in the evening. So catch up with me. We are going to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo and Leo Messi. Who is the best? Who is the greatest? This is what we'll be talking about in the evening. So just stay glued to your seat, and I'll be back in the evening, and we'll talk more about football. Thank you. YouTube T, you are one of the best I have ever seen. You are one of the best that has always made my day whenever I come on live stream. It's always nice to have you on board, my brother. It's always nice. It's always superb. It's always wonderful to have you on board. Do you think Alexander Isak will join Liverpool? Or do you think Alexander Isak will join Manchester United? Or do you think Alexander Isak will stay put with Newcastle United and play for them in the coming 2025-2026 season? Or do you think Newcastle United should sell Alexander Isak in the coming 2026-2027 season, or it should move in January? Messi, Ronaldo, they are the best on their own way, 100%. MN Gamer. These two players doesn't have lookalikes within them, but they are different in their own way. You are right, because what Ronaldo can do, Messi also has a different way of doing it. Ronaldo can score with his head, he can score with both feet. Messi can score with his head, he can score with both feet. But mostly, he scores with the left. But Ronaldo can score with the left, he can score with the right. And these two players have been great forces when it comes to football. They've made history. They've dominated world of football. They made a lot of things happen. This evening, someone said these This debate can never end. Between Ronaldo and Messi, the debate will never end. Till they end their football career, it will still never end. We don't need to compare them. They are best on their own way. MN Gamer, you are 100% right. We are not comparing them. But one of my fans is saying we need to come out with something this evening and talk about between Ronaldo and Messi, who is the best. You get it? And that is what we are going to talk about. We will just discuss these two players. Who is the best? A lot of you have who you love the most. Some love Messi, some love Ronaldo, some love different players. But we need to still talk about it. Which one of them is the best? Definitely, there will be. Everyone loves Messi. Everyone loves Ronaldo. But between the two of them, who do you love most? We will talk about it this evening. And we need to know who do you love most. Because Ronaldo is a different player by all standards, having his own thing, doing his own thing in a different way. Messi is also a different player, doing his own thing in a different way. These two players are team players. These two players are great players. These two players are captains in their team that they are playing currently. There's nothing that can separate the two of them in terms of their greatness, in terms of their achievement. Nothing can stop with the two of them. But we need to know, who do you love most? Because if you ask me, I'll tell you I love Ronaldo. If I ask you, you tell me you love Messi. And we all have two different things we love. And this is what we are going to discuss this evening. Who do you love most? Because if I say which player is the best, which player is the greatest, the debate won't end today. But these two players are great and wonderful players by all standard, 100%. But which one of them do you love most? And which one of them do you think has achieved greatness more than the other? Ronaldo and Messi have achieved lots of greatness in their lifetime. I really don't like football that much, but the reason why I go on this stream is because you always make my day 100 times better. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it making your day all the time. A lot of people might not love football, but whenever they come online, they want to have quiet time. They want to know how people appreciate them for who they are, even if they don't like what you like. And Soma is one of them. Soma is one of those great people that always join my live stream, and he is always happy to leave my live stream. And whenever he leaves my live stream, he is always grateful for joining my live stream and being happy. Just listening to whatever I talk about, chip in one or two, and he is always happy. And he is always grateful for whatever I do for him. You know, in life, Soma, there is something I have learned in life, that it's not everybody that will love what you love, but a lot of people will love you because you always bring a lot of changes into their lives. Someone might not be happy, but each time he sees me online talking about football, he is always happy. Not because of what I talk about, but he is always happy because I make him smile. I speak about a lot of stuff, and those stuff, a lot of things adds up to his life and he changes him. I am a fan of Messi, but I respect Ronaldo. Great, great. And these are two wonderful people you can always think of. These are two great players you can always never hate, but you will always love them. When you see Messi on the pitch, You always want to sit glued to your seat and then watch Messi with its scintillating dribbling and its passes. And when you always want to watch Ronaldo, you always want Ronaldo to score for him to do see, and that makes everyone fall in love with Messi, and that's what makes everyone fall in love with Ronaldo. That is what football is. Soma, you know one thing, this is what I believe in. It's not everything you love is what somebody love. But Soma is always happy whenever he sees me online. There are things I will talk about. It doesn't fall in line with what Soma likes. But there are few things I will talk about. It always adds changes into his life. It always makes him happy. And this is what we should all do as humans. It doesn't matter whether it's football. It doesn't matter whether it's rugby. It doesn't matter whether it's cricket. It doesn't matter whether it's tennis. But sometimes motivations always matters. Sometimes hi. Sometimes motivation always matters. See you. Angara Messi. Great. You know, MN Gamer, great. You know one thing, all those that shows love to Messi, the same people show love to Ronaldo. And this makes these two players very great because the kind of love they have on the street, you might it might it might surprise you. But these two players are great players that will in generation be remembered, that in generation will always be talked about. They will be talked about and it will be more of a topic. Today, if Messi says he's retiring from football, today, if Ronaldo says, I am also retiring from football, these will be two great players that generation will forever remember them. Both of them are great. They are both football kings, 100%. When it matters the most, Ronaldo won the Nations League ahead of Spain. When it matters the most, Messi won the Copa America. These are two great players. It's not about they are challenging each other, but they are making history that in their prime generation, people will come in and it will be a case study. I like any footballer because who never become kings. Great. Soma, I like any footballer because they are all hardworking. Great. Soma, great. Dylan is back again. Dylan, thank you for coming back to my live stream once again. Soma, you know one thing, footballers, when they want to give in everything, they give in everything to achieve everything on football soil. Just look at Paris Saint-Germain, Ousmane Dembele, Vitinha. These players made football great. They made the French League better. They made it exciting for everyone to watch. But I feel bad for Neymar Jr., the prince who never became king. That is how football is. And it's relating to life. MN Gamer, do you know one thing? Sometimes whatever you always wish for never happens. Sometimes one of the players that has failed, I'm not saying he has failed as a footballer, but failed to achieve whatever he dreamt of achieving due to injuries is Neymar. Whatever Neymar wants to achieve in football was becoming the world best, but it never happened. And that is one painful thing that always worries Neymar. Yes, brother, that's the truth. Yes, Neymar couldn't achieve whatever he wants to achieve in football. He wanted to win the Ballon d'Or, and that has been his greatest achievement. And that has been one thing that always hinders his mind. That is what he always wants to do, is to win the Ballon d'Or. But injuries upon injuries upon injuries upon injuries has affected his football career. And that is what has really disturbed Neymar Jr. dos Santos. That is what has really worried him that much. Because what he wants to achieve, he never did. And today, if Neymar sits down and he is watching great players, he will always think about not doing what he should have done. Neymar deserves Ballon d'Or, 100%, he deserves it. But there are criteria when it comes to winning the Ballon d'Or, and that is what Neymar couldn't get close to. But maybe one day his child will win the Ballon d'Or, and it will be one great memories that will also be part of his life. Football has a lot in stock, and it brings a lot of people on board, and it makes a lot of things happen. Gamer, you are right. You are right. Neymar deserves the Ballon d'Or, but sometimes I wish one day he will win the Ballon d'Or. Neymar is now playing in Brazil. Neymar is no longer in Europe. He is playing in Brazil. You get it? So let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes if Neymar will win the Ballon d'Or in some years to come. Gamer, let's hope and pray Neymar wins